I'm ready to get this show on the road.
Rainbow Mountain is one of the most photographed places in Peru, but Instagram forgot to mention the 3-hour bumpy van ride, the altitude, the crowds, and the fact that this mountain only went viral because the glaciers that covered it completely melted. This is the last stop on our trip to Peru. We just finished the Salcantay trek yesterday, and I felt like I just couldn't leave without seeing Rainbow Mountain for myself. But was it actually worth it, or is it just another beautiful natural area feeling the pains of tourism? Let's find out. It's 4 a.m. and I'm back on a van. Can you believe it? We woke up at the butt crack of dawn for this one, the kind of early where the last thing you want to do is eat. But then we stopped for breakfast. We were about to be at the highest elevation of our entire trip, so I forced myself to eat at least a little something and drink some coca tea. This was also the coldest I think I had been our entire trip, and the place we stopped had no heating or insulation. This morning was rough, especially coming off of 4 days of hiking. Coca tea. So we've kind of been taking like Dimox, anti-altitude sickness medication pretty much the whole time. I mean, not the whole time, but like up into Cusco, off of it. For the Salcantay trek, off of it. But we went to 15,000 feet for the trek, and we're going to Rainbow Mountain this morning, and I think we'll be around the same amount. I think I'm gonna raw dog it and trust in the coca tea's ability to keep me from dying. We continued on our extremely bumpy ride into the mountains. You could feel your ears pop with every inch we rose higher and higher. I really don't know how cold it is out there, but I've now seen 2 sprinklers running, and all the plants that the sprinklers are spraying water onto are completely frozen. This might actually be the bumpiest ride I've been on this trip. It's just constant vibration. There you go. Ooh, we're in a tunnel. Ooh, there's a water falling out the other side. Then we reached this tiny village tucked into the Red Valley where our guide grew up.
We hit the jackpot.
We hit the alpaca jackpot.
And this is where our day got a lot more interesting, because instead of doing the usual route that most tourists take, riding up the front and hiking all the way to the viewpoint, we were starting our day on the backside with a 4-wheeler ride, which is definitely not the most common way to do it, but in my opinion, this was the day's saving grace. Before anything else, we all had to go to the bathroom, and the only option was this tiny little shack with a bucket inside. And of course, you had to pay to use it. Waiting in line for the bathroom at 14,700 feet. It's really not cool. It's not cool.
It's not cool?
Being chilling. I mean, it's gonna suck to walk up a mountain in these thermals, but it feels good. The sun is really nice. Getting all our stuff together before we head onto our ATVs. It's crazy to see how the region changed now. I mean, we're in the Red Valley, or we're getting started in there. We're in the Red Valley, and so you can see all the rock is now red with this like neon yellowish green grass or like lichens. It's really cool. And then in front of us there's snow-covered mountains.
Pequeñas subidas, pequeñas bajadas.
After that, we headed over to get situated on our 4-wheelers. We did a little quick test run to get used to them, and honestly, I was worried about some people in our group, especially because this was not going to be flat terrain. In the future, someone does end up falling off of it, but that's a story for later. Of course, safety first, no recording while driving. Not that I had much to record with anyway, since my GoPro decided to die on day 2 of being in Peru, and my DJI does this weird wavy thing anytime it goes on the front of the four-wheeler, I think because of the gimbal. But trust me, the ride was beautiful.
I'm ready to get this show on the road.
When we reached the end of the four-wheeler route, it was time to start the mile or so hike into Rainbow Mountain. We hopped off, stretched our legs, and our guide immediately asked if anyone wanted to take a horse the rest of the way if they weren't feeling up for the walk. There's no shame in saying yes to the horse, because if I've learned anything over the last week, it's that the altitude here is no joke. But we were really lucky though, because we had just finished our 4 days of hiking at very high elevation on the Salcantay track, so our bodies weren't freaking out as much as they would have been if this was earlier on the trip. Do not do this your first couple days in Peru. You will die.
There's Rainbow Mountain over there. That is the view where everyone wants to take their pictures.
And it is so crowded. No, in that little V. Or like where all of those people are standing. It's crazy. We like crossed over the valley wall and it got 10 degrees colder immediately. I guess we're just closer to some glaciers now. The stairs. As we got closer to Vinicunca, the view was already stunning, but it was packed. You don't expect to come all the way to this remote mountain in the Andes and end up shoulder to shoulder with people, dodging and weaving just to find a place to stand. It was beautiful, yes, but it was also very overwhelming. And I couldn't help but think about my own role in all of this.
Altitude. Very similar to Utah. You know, if you go to Zion National Park, it looks very similar. But
They have a Rainbow Mountain in Zion.
they do have similar colors. But I guess the view over here beats Utah.
Oh, he wants to snuggle. I think we'll be quick with it.
Because as travelers, it's easy to slip into this main character mindset where we think we're doing it differently. Like somehow our version of travel is more respectful or more meaningful than the next person's. But the truth is, no matter how we got to this mountain, whether we hiked, took a four-wheeler, or rode a horse, we're all here for the same reasons: to see it, to experience it, and yes, to take the photo. None of us standing here is really better than anyone else. And meanwhile, the place itself is changing. Our guide told us this region used to see maybe a handful of visitors a year. Now it's thousands. Tourism revived a struggling local economy, but it also created a new kind of dependency. On one side, you have vendors selling snacks and drinks along the path, and the other, you have abuelas sitting with alpacas, working long days in the cold just for a few soles per photo. It's complicated, it's helpful, but it's also heartbreaking. So while I stood there looking at Rainbow Mountain, this incredible natural formation, I also couldn't shake the feeling that it's becoming something else. Something closer to a roadside attraction than a remote wonder in the world. And it forces you to really sit with how your presence impacts a place, even when you're trying to be mindful.